Kindergarten. The best part about kindergarten, half days. You were either an AMer or a PMer. We were AMers. And also recess, we got 2 of them. And you had that huge truck out there, which everyone fought over every recess.
Miss Watson's class, we had a student teacher named Miss Ives. And, she turned into Miss Morrison later, and she's still teaching at the school. And I remember during Halloween, she dressed up as a scarecrow. And then we had our stations where we had the sandboxes and the paint and all that fun stuff.
Good times, good times. And then at the end of the year,
during Watson's class,
when we made that chair for her,
we had our hands and our names all over it.
She loved it. So yeah, it's pretty much kindergarten.
After kindergarten, we stepped up to first grade. Now when you're a first grader, it's not about nap. It's not about snack. It's not even about finger painting. It's about recess.
So every day at recess, we'd go outside and we'd play soccer on the asphalt that they had for us to play on. And one day we're all having a good time, and we noticed this kid on the ground screaming.
But you gotta understand, in first grade, we were all extremely immature. So I found this piece of asphalt excluded from everywhere else. I decided, hey, you know what, this might skip across the asphalt like a small stone would in water. So I decided to try it out. Didn't work out so well. It bounced and hit this kid named Josh in the head.
He got about 7 stitches.
And we didn't see Kyle for about 4 months.
And that was the highlight of our first grade year.
Second grade, a time of cursive handwriting and mysterious carpet stains.
So we're all sitting on Mrs. Brockett's carpet, singing along to her piano at the end of the day, like we always did, with our big backpacks on, ready to go home, and Jesse Marsh pukes.
Nobody wanted to sit by him anymore.
It was also the year of our first big production, and it was around Christmas time, and we did like a little Santa thing, and Jesse Marsh and Caitlin Morris were Mr. and Mrs. Claus, and then the rest of us, the rejects, we were all like the elves, like the misfits.
With the rosy cheeks.
Yeah,
and
we horrible. Hats. Yeah.
And no longer were we the little guys at the playground. We were the big dogs, and we moved on from being obsessed with the truck to being obsessed with the tire swing. And we drew a line in the rocks, and kids lined up like moms on Black Friday to get their turn. But if you threw rocks or misbehaved, to protect the recess aide's identity, she'll be known as a blue eyeshadow. She would blow her whistle once, and then you had to sit the rest of the time on the wooden bench.
But if she blew it twice, that meant you just got to go inside and you were safe.
Either way, it's a lose-lose. Sadly, we had to leave our playground, along with our stretch pants and oversized sweatshirts.
So what I remember from third grade is the crim, the running thing they got established there, and it was during recess and for third and fourth graders, and you would run around. They had like a little course around the school mapped out, and like every lap you did, you got your card punched, and then however many holes you got punched in, you got a foot, and you put those on your shoelaces, and it was like this big competition. I remember Bo and Brett Cook were like crazy runners, and I was always trying to beat them, but they ran way more than I did, and they ended up getting a trophy, and I remember I was pretty mad, but that's what I remember from third grade.
What I remember from third grade is the culture day that we had, and
as a homeroom, we went around to each classroom, and they all had a theme of a different country, like Brazil and China and Sweden and Turkey. And we got to eat different food that they had from their cultures there, and everyone was dressed up, and that was a lot of fun. That's what we remember from 3rd grade.
So, in 4th grade, there was a tornado, and everybody was freaking out, and it went by the school, so it was just very frantic.
Oh.
And
Brenda was like crying, and like Tomaszewski's like hiding under the desk, and everybody's like, "Oh my God, where's Eddie?" And we're just like, I remember that. And I remember how he used to be Squidward, yes. And we had all of our names, like Mrs. Puff, and Laverne and Shirley, and Lucy, that was Meredith. Yes.
And then also, everybody else got to go to the Capitol, but not us because of the weather. And just one. Yeah.
And that's what I remember about 4th grade.